Let me start with a secret that most international doctors never hear. And I'll tell you that the first three sentences on your CV can make a reviewer decide, am I going to keep reviewing this or I'm going to let it go? Yes. So before they check your exams, they check your experience, they read what I call your profile statement. Okay. And in just a few lines, they can tell if you are ready, if you are relevant, and if you are replaceable. That's something you need to know. So your profile section is not a filler. It's your sales pitch. What do I mean by that? So it's how you say, hey, here's who I am, here's what I bring to the table, and here's why I belong to the system. So whether it's Saskatchewan, British Columbia, Manitoba, Ontario, it is your sales pitch to the province that, look, please, I am a qualified candidate, take me. But here's the problem. Most IMGs waste that space. They write lines like, I'm a hardworking, dedicated, passionate doctor. Look, doctor, I want you to go back. Just go pick your CV right now, and you realize that that is exactly what you might have written. And I'm sorry to say, but that could describe any Tom, Dick, and Harry who is walking on the streets of Canada, right? So when a reviewer reads that, because they've read countless CVs, they don't see a doctor. They only see another copy and paste CV. And so today, let me teach you how you're going to sell yourself in just 3 sentences on your CV. And you're going to sell yourself in such a way that you don't come across as arrogant, you don't come across as fake, and you don't come across as desperate. You know what? A few years ago, we had to deal with a doctor called Dr. Farah, who sent us her practice ready assessment CV for us to review. Brilliant doctor. She had 10 years of experience. She had tons of community work, and she had multiple certifications. I think she had trained in, if I remember, Saudi Arabia, and then she had moved to Canada. And her profile section says something like this: I'm a flexible, hardworking, and eager to learn physician. That's all. I was like, my goodness, is that all? And I told her, Dr. Farah, this line doesn't sound like you. It sounds like a job you are seeking in 1998. So what we did was we rewrote her entire profile altogether. And this is how we transformed it. We transformed it from how she had stated it to this, that she's an experienced family physician with 10 years of clinical practice in primary and emergency care across diverse populations. She's passionate about patient-centered medicine and continuous quality improvement. Boom! It changed the whole thing. It's the same person, the same experience, but completely different impression whenever a CV reviewer is looking at that particular CV. So in this new thing we did with the profile, you could feel her confidence. You could even feel her competence. And guess what? That one paragraph made her CV sound like she actually belonged to Canada. So I'm going to show you how you can do this step by step. Number one, you need to write it in the third person. What do I mean by that? Never start writing your profile statement with the word I. No, don't write it with I. Rather, what you have to understand is that Canadian CVs are professional summaries, not personal essays. Okay, let me say it again. It's a professional summary, not a personal essay. So instead of I'm a doctor with experience in family medicine, rather write physician with experience in family medicine and emergency care. By doing that, you are writing that in the third person. And this makes you sound confident and very objective. Number 2, start with your identity. Who are you professionally? What do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. So, family physician with over 8 years of experience providing comprehensive primary care in hospital and community settings. In this statement, what you realize is that it has talked about the fact that you're a family physician. That is your identity. And who are you professionally? In the last 8 years, you have been providing comprehensive primary care. Where did you provide it? In the hospital and in the community setting, right? Because that line already tells them you are a very stable person. You are not somebody who jumps from job to job. You are experienced and you are the real deal. And number three, add your focus area or your strength. So what I need you to ask yourself is this. What am I most skilled at? Is it surgical skills? Is it OBGYN skills? Is it mental health? Is it addiction? For me, Dr. Bruni, I love addiction medicine. I love mental health. I love occupational medicine. I love geriatrics. I love emergency medicine. I love clinic work as well. I love hospital work as well. So what do you love to do in medicine? And by the way, I also love to teach. And that is why I'm doing this, right? So if it is emergency medicine, you need to say so. If it is preventative care, you need to say so. If it is community health, you need to write it clearly so that whoever is reading your CV knows that these are your strength areas, because that helps the reviewer to imagine where you might fit. Because in the practice ready, you realize that various communities have various needs, right? So if you're able to state your strength very well, then the recruiter will go like, I think this person will do very well in Northern BC, or I think this person will do well on the main island, or this person will do well in this particular part of Manitoba, or this particular part of Nova Scotia, or this particular part of British Columbia, right? Good. Number 4, I need you to end that purpose statement with a touch. What do I mean by that? This is your why. Why medicine? Why Canada? And why that particular province? And even why now? Why not 2023? Why not 2020? Why 2025 or 2026 or 2027? Why? You need to put a touch to it. So for example, I want to give you this example. The why you can put it to it is committed to improving patient outcomes through evidence-based care and collaboration within the Canadian healthcare system. Oh, this looks great. So now your 3 sentences will read like this. We are putting everything together. So let's look at how your profile statement will look like. Family physician with 8 years of experience providing comprehensive primary care across hospital and community settings, skilled in chronic disease management, urgent care, and preventive health promotion. Committed to improving patient outcomes through evidence-based care and collaboration within the Canadian healthcare system. Oh my goodness, this sounds very professional. This sounds very confident, and this sounds very human. It doesn't look like some copy and paste you saw on www.google.com. No, this sounds like you. And if you are thinking, Dr. Bruni, I don't have that much experience yet, this is what we can do for you. You need to focus on your strengths, not your titles, right? Focus on your strength. So you can say something like this: international medical graduate with recent experience in clinical rotations and strong interest in family medicine. Beautiful. Dedicated to developing clinical excellence through continuous learning and patient-centered care. Awesome. So even if you are still early in your journey, the way you put your profile statement says a lot about you. And the wording shows a lot of maturity, a lot of clarity, and a lot of drive. So before you submit your next practice-ready assessment CV, I need to pause and ask yourself, what story do my first 3 sentences tell? And if your first 3 sentences don't tell any story, please don't send that CV. Don't send it until you've taken your time to review, and you are very sure that, look, this is going to tell the story as I want it to do. So if your CV sounds too generic, remember, everybody is doing that, so you are going to be forgotten. And if your CV sounds confident, remember that somebody is going to remember you. Yes. So your profile is that handshake you give. That first hello, you are saying, hello, this is who I am, right? So you've got to make it firm, you've got to make it clear, and you've got to make it very professional. So at MedCognito, we will help you to build your practice-ready assessment and your residency CV that will not just let you look like it's just a bunch of experiences you are listing, but it will tell your story. And we've helped countless doctors to do that. So if you need help with that, reach out to us and we can help you to rewrite that profile statement so you can stand out. Because your first three sentences shouldn't sound like everyone else. It should rather sound like you. And when they do, you will stop being another applicant and you start being the one everybody will remember on that interview panel. See you in the next video.